I get asked a lot for a video on how to install the skid plate. All TW200 skid plates that I have found all have the same mounting locations, regardless of brand, so you don't have to use my video, you can use anybody's. To show you, this is our standard duty skid plate. It is 3/16 aluminum and then fully welded on the outside. Our new HD heavy duty skid is the same, except over a 1/4 inch thick. Very strong, very robust. And we're gonna show you how to put that on real quick. So this is what it looks like with the hardware installed onto the skid plate. So this is what it looks like when it's on the bike as well. You have these little frame clamps in the back, and you have these little L brackets in the front with the replacement front engine mount bolt. So they're really easy to install. You generally put the washers on the outside under the bolt heads, and you can sort of sub-assemble it like this and just leave everything very loose. If these are left very loose, then they will slide over the frame. So I'll show you that. So after you have removed your factory skid plate, which has one little tiny 10mm hex on a 6mm bolt that holds the whole thing on, it hangs into what holds it on in the back is this little tiny loop in the frame back here, which on all aftermarket TW skid plates needs to be rolled up. And most people just hit this thing with a hammer. You can stick a little short pry bar in there and pry this little loop up out of the way. You can cut it off, whatever you want to do. This little loop needs to go. It will generally be down here low, and you need to roll it up into the location as shown here. And then you will be able to place the skid plate under the bike like I've shown here, put the frame clamps on, and now the skid plate basically just rolls up into place like this. We have pulled the lower engine mounting bolt that is below the starter and replaced it with the new longer one that I showed you earlier, and are putting these new L brackets on either side. Now you can do that in whatever order you would like. You can either put it on here like I've done and then roll the skid plate up into place and put the bolts in, or you can already have the L brackets on the skid plate and you can roll it up into place and then put the engine bolt in. Either way, this is all we're doing. And it adds a lot of protection to the TW engine. I would highly recommend getting a good skid plate. We have holes in ours for two reasons: noise and for debris to be able to fall out. Whether you're doing an oil change, you want the oil to fall out, rocks, sticks, leaves, whatever. So it keeps it from packing in there and allows it to fall out. It's pretty simple, but I get a lot of requests for that. So just to show you a few little tips and tricks on installing the skid plate. If you have any other questions, hit me down below. I appreciate the likes and the subscribes, and we'll see you next time. Thanks again.